Yo! What's up, baby? How we doing, man? Who the Dojo signed to? I got no clue, man. How are we doing today on this fine evening, huh? Yeah, Dojo VOD review today. We'll go over everything in a little bit. Just want to see what's up, guys. How we doing today, though, man? Why Dojo, though? Well, they played pretty good week 1. And then week 2, they didn't play that good. So I feel like Dojo is one of those squads that are wildcard teams. And I feel like they're very interesting to analyze and go through alongside Falcons. So we're probably going to do Dojo today and then Falcons tomorrow. Falcons, we'll probably have to do 2 people tomorrow because we want to do Falcons tomorrow because they only played 1 week of the finals because they didn't qualify for the first one. So this week we're probably going to do, or today we're going to do Dojo finals 1 and 2. And then we'll move on over into, I was thinking tomorrow Falcons alongside somebody else, but I don't know who you guys want me to VOD review in finals 2. Because obviously Falcons got 18th, Dojo got 19th. So we're doing like 2 pretty much not so good ones. I was thinking LG maybe, or maybe even Complexity. So maybe like do 1 bad, which is Falcons, then 1 amazing, which was Complexity and TSM. But I think for right now, we'll probably stick with the Dojo for today and VOD review both weeks. What was I going to say? Oh, we have a new season coming out very soon. So no one really wants to sign up for Scrims because like, what's the point of playing right now if the game is going to change on Tuesday? You know what I'm saying? There's really like no reason to practice the meta currently because things might change. Guns might change, characters might change. But so we're going to be reviewing the Dojo today. Now, last week in the Dojo in the Dojo books for qualifier number 1, Dojo actually plays pretty well. They did a really wait. We're on qualifier 2 for both of these. 1 second. For Dojo, they placed pretty well. They did decent in the finals last week. They did better than what they did this week. Last week, finals for Americas in Dojo, they got 8th place, 40 points, an average of what? Around, oh God, that's math. Math is hard. Like almost 7 points per game, a little bit less than that, like 6 point something, 6.7 around there, which was a good week for Dojo. 8th place, having a sub of Ramboski, not playing with Genburten. Genburten still has no visa, is not in America yet. So obviously they couldn't compete with him last week, and they couldn't compete with this one. I believe as of right now, from what I know from my my talks with Jen, he still does not have his visa. He is hoping to get his visa by mid-November, but that left Dojo needing a replacement here for Ramboski or replacement for Genburten, which honestly, they low-key got a super sub. Let's be real. Ramboski, not afraid of subbing, has played exceptionally well pretty much his whole career as a substitute, playing with NiceWigg, playing with different players, always subbing in lands and also subbing in ALGS games. So Dojo last week placed 8th place. That's a pretty good thing. I'll take that. Dojo gets 8th. That helps them out on the overall leaderboard to make sure they can qualify for the BLGS regional finals. But on top of all that, man, they came in last week or this week, guns a-blazing. Pretty much had my chat being spammed. All you guys were saying Dojo was going to win. And I don't think this went the way a lot of people did for some teams. Now, Complexity got 1st place, which was by far one of the most exciting weekends of Apex or weeks we've had in Apex in a very long time. The Complexity comeback was nuclear. The last game decided up to Monsoon taking the W, bro, and going from there. TSM gets 2nd. Doom gets 3rd, which is Zato's team, right? Tripods got 8th, but then we go down to the bottom of the leaderboard and we see some notable squads here. Not only did Energy not make finals, Moist Esports got 13th, Bleed got 14th, and look at this. Falcons get 18th and Dojo get 19th. So I was looking and I was like, dude, what the you know, I was a little high the other day, okay? As some do. I partake, I dabble at points, nothing too crazy. And I was like, bro, what? Like, I'm sitting on my couch. I'm like, dude, it's really crazy that I know they have a sub, but like they had a sub first week. Why did Dojo go from 40 points all the way down to 11? Like a 29-point differential. 11 points through 6 games is bad. Like that's just, there's no way to make that like sound good as a coach. There's no way to make that sound good as an analyst or a broadcaster. Like 11 points in 6 games is really bad. You're not even averaging 2 points a game, which means you're averaging less than 2 kills a game. That's crazy. And for Dojo, having players like Designful, Timmy, and Rambo who could all shoot, it pretty much was almost unheard of, especially in a lobby where I feel like they would have done really well. They had a lot of really A1 teams, tier 1 squads in this lobby. Majority of them were pro league teams or teams that could be in pro league. And that's usually where Dojo thrives. They usually play better in harder lobbies, or, you know, sometimes Dojo does frag out in the easier ones. But I was like, dude, what the f*** is going on? So I watched a little of their VOD back. And there's definitely some notable things as to the difference in their gameplay. And I'm not saying it was only TimTim's fault, but a lot of it was IGLing. Last week compared to this week, IGL differential was kind of more stagnant. Timmy seemed a little bit more complacent within the IGLing of this week compared to the last week where they got 8th place. So I want to go through, watch everything. We're going to watch last week's first. So we'll start off with the good one. So last week, right? If we looked at the last week, Timmy played Newcastle. And he played pretty well. So I'm not going to say it's 100% a comp issue, but I will say for sure, Timmy looked better on Newcastle last week than he did on Bangalore this week, which is weird, right? Because Timmy is like inherently a very aggressive player and a very offensive character, but he low-key played really good on Newcastle and kept his team alive in a lot of different moments. So that, I don't know if it's 100% just a Newcastle thing or a team comp thing and there's other stuff involved, which there is, but that definitely 100% did not help their case of Timmy being a good Newcastle but not playing that good on Bang. Would you think that Jen's not being there taking Dojo kind of aback? So I think right now, so one of the main things here too, that's a really good question, but one of the main things is for Dojo is Genburten is kind of, no matter where Genburten goes, he's like that stereotypical guy that just kind of rides the wave of whatever it is. He doesn't really get angry, doesn't really get sad, he doesn't really like do too much. He does get excited, but Genburten's like a very level-headed voice. And Genburten's also very blunt. Like Genburten will say like, yo, bro, you're being a, or like, what are you even talking about? My guy's like, he'll say kind of slight remarks at you that will kind of set you back to reality a little bit and make you stay a little bit more grounded, where I feel like that's what Dojo needs from a third. Enemy was also kind of like that. It's the way I put it with Enemy was like, Timmy is, it's just literally mommy and daddy fighting. And then Enemy was there trying to always make it work where they didn't fight too long or argue too long. And that dynamic does seem unhealthy and sometimes it does get there. But as long as you have that medium, that like happy voice in the middle to kind of just fix these situations that are kind of coming to arise, you're good. And Enemy was that guy. The thing with Rambo, and this is no shade to Rambo, this is like entirely not. Rambo's kind of just like, let's get hype, kid. Let's scream first thing while taking a piss in the morning. Like that's the type of guy he is. He's not really that like that medium voice of kind of just when they're arguing to just say like, guys, chill, relax. You know what I mean? He's more of the guy like, yo, dude, let's get crazy and I'm about to crack open a couple beers. Genburten's a little bit better at mediating these situations between Designful and Timmy. So I do think 100% they're missing Genburten, and I think they will become a much better squad with Gen. And that's not saying that Rambo is not good enough to be on this team. He is. It's just the needed dynamic that Dojo has to have for Timmy and Designful to work. Timmy, I was a Timmy doubter for IGLing for a while. And I don't think this is a Timmy IGLing issue anymore. There are some moments where I think Timmy's IGLing could be better, but I do think Genburten will be that glue once his visa does come through. And I definitely think that Genburten and Dojo will play overall better as a whole. Genburten's also a very decorated player and a very solid player at the same time. And one thing about Genburten that he does better than 99.9% of control players is his ability usage. Genburten's abilities are almost always used effectively within gunfights, within moments of distress or needing reses or needing defensive abilities. And he's also so good at using abilities on support characters in offensive ways to make sure that he's getting either opening damage, opening knocks, or stopping reses, etc. on the opposite team. He is genuinely, I think, probably alongside Evan, those two to me are the best overall players in North America. Personally, that's how I feel when it comes to being level-headed, when it comes to being a good teammate, when it comes to IQ, gun skill. I would probably put Genburten and Evan in a category of, to me, the best overall players in North America. Right? That's how I feel for sure. So yeah, it's definitely not a comp issue. I think it's just missing a Genburten issue, but it's not only that. We'll go throughout these games and you'll see what went right and what went wrong. But yeah, let's go through this really quick. So we'll try to fast forward to these games and stuff like that. The second week we're going to watch, 11 points in 6 games. There is no solo. Like, if you're getting 11 points in 6 games, you are.
I'm pushing the wall.
Yo, what up, Killa? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. What's up, buddy? Hope we're doing good.
I'm in. Dead? I'm banning. Hold knock, please.
I'm bringing knock in the
Hold
corner.
knock.
Full heal ramp. Not worth. Everyone's
Yeah, I
shooting
know,
at
I
this.
know. I'm just playing aggro on him. Fuck off.
Yep, banning. Hold that knock. Hide. Just hide, stay crouched.
I can.
Okay. Now let's go back a little bit farther, right?
Yep.
In this situation, we're around, what are we? We're round
Is there
5,
anyone
closing in a minute. Timmy has yet to find a spot that's really safe, and he calls for something that's in.
in this pod?
Right.
Is anyone in that pod? No, there's.
Yeah,
There's a team to our southwest.
There's not much scouting going on, which I think in this situation is 100% a Newcastle IGL issue. IGL on Newcastle, not much scouting to be allowed here, and I think this is why they die, personally.
How many bats?
I have two.
Also, in these moments of like really high intensity,
Okay.
I want you, I don't mean to pause, I'm going to pause a lot. I want you guys to listen to how Timmy is panicked. A lot of times, Timmy in these high moments, in these high intensity moments, will continuously double call, triple call, and maybe to the point, maybe even disrupt calls for his teammates that his teammates are giving. And it causes like a lot of panic sometimes throughout these moments, dude.
They're behind us. So.
I want.
We're gonna try to climb. On me.
Dead?
I'm banning. Hold knock,
I'm
please.
bringing knock in the
Hold
corner.
knock.
Full heal ramp. Not worth. Everyone's
Yeah, I
shooting
know.
at this.
I'm just playing aggro on him. Fuck off.
Yep, banning. Hold that knock.
So we just watched them die previously,
Hide.
right?
Just hide.
And honestly, man,
I can't.
that is just a scouting issue. That's like spending too much on the edge, not making it play for the actual zone itself. And there's not really much to, calm there other than that or dissect. Scouting issue, calm issue. Timmy didn't really say much either in that end game. And that's another thing you're going to see. It's a common thread. I want Timmy to start IGLing more in a point of like, to the point of like sweet dreams IGLing. Like genuinely. Timmy rarely tells his teammates how to properly use abilities in end games or certain moments where they are going to die. So we tune in here now. Dojo dies pretty early, I believe, on this game. I believe he's going to be designed for a solo. So look for a fight very early on the bridge. Rambo gets caught with his pants down.
Passes above me. He's probably.
And this is where the chaos ensues. We watched this. I remember specifically watching this shit.
You need a red.
And Designful tries to get out, and I believe he dies. I'm not too sure.
Run.
I think Designful does go down. I forget what point. I don't know when. Yeah, actually, no, they do get up. Okay, they do get the res.
We should definitely.
And now they advance the zone a little bit quicker. The zone does luckily pull a little bit towards where they were, but they could have had a better rotation earlier. Razor wise in 32 months. Again, that's just a Rambo getting caught out situation. Can't happen. Timmy and Dojo does make the end game in game number 2. I want you to watch how Timmy uses his abilities here in game number 2.
To the right. Joe.
So mobile shield down.
There's somebody here.
Mobile shield down. No wall. Mobile shield used. Nowhere to go. We're placing our mobile shield with no direction, nowhere to go. We have no idea what we're doing on the mobile shield. We're getting stared at by a Sheila, but we use that mobile shield drop down. We wait for it to break, and then we just die. Not a single comm to use, an early Q, and we have nowhere to go yet again without a single comm of where they need to be. And that's just again, micromanaging needs to come up onto Timmy's radar, and he needs to start dropping abilities and dissecting where they need to go before the round starts to close in. This is going to be a very common trend in the game in the week number 2 that we watch. So week number 1 is really not much. This is just an average week. There's really not much to dissect here because it's easier to VOD review when things go right or when things go wrong, right? Because there's things to praise and there's things to shit on. In this week, it's just an average week. They bounce over to Kings Canyon, which they've been playing pretty good, and Timmy finally goes on Pathfinder. In this game, you can see Timmy Design, all right, Timmy, already 4 KP. He gets off the Newcastle, and they're already on 4 KP.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't.
What, Mom? Love you.
Like,
I'll scan. Give me a second. I'll scan.
Also, one thing with Dojo, bro, and we make fun of Designful. We always joke. We don't make fun. We always like joke around, but genuinely, right? Designful and Rambo get caught out a lot, dude. They got caught out so much these 2 weeks. And they only got 3 KP as well on top of this because, what up, Mama Wig? Love you. Love you so much, Mom. Because of the off-spawn KP that they fought over a cost treatment. That's one of the main things here.
No, you gotta
Who's we?
Team is going into relic.
Chat, y'all be clowning on his side a little bit, 100%.
Yeah, I lost track of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, there we go. They die early again. So here it is. They have another late rotate. They're playing on the edge one more time. Timmy finds to pick up one more KP, and there's going to be 4 KP TimTim entering round 2.
He's hiding behind the tree. He's hiding behind the tree.
No, that was a full team. That was a full
Okay,
team.
Nah, yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna crack the guy in the tree. Crack bang.
I want you to listen to these comms for this fight before they die again.
Go back to our building.
Okay, I'm going back.
They're gonna fight each other.
You good? You should kill him.
I'm
I
popping
already
out.
did.
Okay.
Fast.
I remember this one, same here. I remember this specifically from last week.
Bro,
Designful,
I'm just permadead sliding.
again, picked off. But this is not just because of Designful or Rambo being complacent. This is genuinely just because there's no direction that Dojo's moving in. They're just bouncing back and forth looking for KP. And there's also just no comms. Like, they're not talking about pathing. They're not talking about where teams might be shooting from. And Designful just goes down immediately inside the house. Like, the reason that Dojo dies, and we're going to see it again in week 2, is because primarily every single time they're just drifting. They're just drifting in the end game with no actual direction. If they could start playing with more purpose, which was one of my main critiques of like Stallions and Alb way beforehand, they could genuinely be one of the best teams in the game. But they play without purpose. They get caught with their pants down again.
I'm trying to.
And obviously Designful dead slides too, which is unfortunate. Just how it goes. And they die.
Yeah, crack.
Fuck, man.
All right. So they move out. They look for KP on the edge. They don't get it. They just bounce back to their house, but they already have someone staring at them. You can't just be drifting without purpose at all. If you're going to look for a fight, take the fight or bounce back and then look to secure a spot in zone. But we're just drifting back and forth. Now, that's one of the things that I actually kind of liked with Designful's IGLing, right? One of the main things is Designful when he IGL'd, a lot of the times Designful might have had a bad play, but every time he made the play, it was with purpose, regardless. It might have been a bad play. It might not have been the right reason, but my goodness, every time they did that play, bro, it worked out perfectly. Or it worked out horribly, but they still got KP, or they fought and the bad play turned to a good play because of the Dojo's abilities to fight. Now, this is another game, right? They're playing over from Thermal. They're now back on Newcastle on World's Edge. This is a very, very hard zone. We dissected this the week that this happened. They are sitting here the whole time. They now have teams all the way up front. Don't forget how this zone pulled. All these squads are playing north side tree. No one was in backside of Thermal. So now they have to go from backside of tree, or front side, backside tree to front side tree. And they want to walk this in. And this is not a good call from TimTim. This is not. Look where they have to decide to play in this situation. Watch.
That team's gonna do the exact same thing.
They can't wall.
The comms. They're trying to break a wall.
Crack to Newcastle.
They're still focusing on squads next to them, which is fair because they're going to rotate in.
Yep. I'm trying to get.
But look where they're placed in this end game and expect to survive.
I got it. Nice. All right, we're gonna do my play, like I said.
They're stalling in the little pocket right here.
Yeah, can we bully this team?
And this is actually good shots, bro. Timmy coming to bully that squad on the right is without a doubt the correct play. No questions asked. Bullying that squad needs to die. But I wish Timmy recognized that earlier, that if this team does not die on the right, we do not survive this end game. And you can see already them getting shot at on this right side.
We have to take it out.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I know. We have to take it out.
And then again,
I know. But come here.
another miscomm. Designful puts the zip line, not knowing where Timmy said it exactly. And then Designful also, regardless, didn't listen to Timmy and put it more towards the middle and the left side. And now look at the sandwich that Dojo puts themselves in.
Shoot at them. One's knocked. 100 on one.
And this is just unfortunate, bro. Again, like 100 banger to both Design and Rambo. Sometimes the shit of the stick is just on your edge. That's just so tough, dude. But again, they're expecting to rotate through this, bro, and survive in this situation, which is just not going to happen. They're literally not, they're expecting to not fight. Like, that's just how it goes. You gotta commit. It would have been better for them to fight that bottom left side or this top right team with a full commitment, dude.
I can't.
I'm with you in a second here.
We can't. They res.
And now Timmy jumps down. And now Designful's on height.
I'm good in middle.
And now Timmy dies.
Yeah.
Do you see the chaoticness that happens in these late games? There's like no real direction. It's again just kind of like in their moments of their worst, brother, they're very chaotic. In their moments of their best, though, Dojo is scary. But that is so chaotic. Rambo jumps down, no comms, up top, but there's no play being formulated. And that's what I want to change for Dojo. There's just no play being formulated at all. And this is not me trying to shun Dojo. This is just being critical. This is what a VOD review looks like.
I don't know.
This is how I would VOD review coach as a coach as well.
You can maybe reset right here.
And then they just die here. I believe Rambo just tries to survive, then dies to energy late game. That's another average game. Like I said, there's just an average week. Nothing really crazy happened for Dojo, good or bad. It's just how it goes. This was a great win now. Now I want to point out the positives. Now, game 5, I believe it was game 5, right? Or it was game 6. I think it was game 6 or no, it was game 5. It was game 5. Dojo with a phenomenal win here. Like genuinely one of my favorite wins so far of Dojo's career.
By the way.
And this was so solid. So one of the main things is the zone's going to end the backside of No Name. One of the ugliest circles ever, by the way. Ever. Like, genuinely, this zone is so ugly for players. But holy dude, I love watching this zone. This is so fun to watch. It pulls outside of No Name towards the water, which 99.9% of teams will probably not survive this end game. And I think Dojo and Timmy recognize that. I want to point out, though, when we start to watch this, there is so much chaos happening. Third-party opportunities for TimTim and Dojo to step foot in this horrible cliffside mountain valley area, and they ignore it the whole time and stick to the end game instead of going for getting horny and going for the KP. Sir Kenyatta was literally 7 months.
Yep. They're fighting right here.
And you'll see. Don't forget, Sweet Dreams and LG were inside that valley the whole time, and we're getting on the entire time. They survived. But look here, this is a crucial moment for TimTim. They don't drift left.
Right here, but this is a really good rock that we're gonna play.
And Timmy already scouting. So Timmy already planned out his end game here. And this is where Dojo thrives. When Timmy has a plan, he's doing the scouting. Dojo has Designful and Rambo drifting on the outside, getting shots down for his boy. And this is exactly what Dojo needs to do more. They need to allow Timmy to actually drift off, do recon, while Designful and Rambo are not dying. Like, that's what we need. We need Designful and Rambo to be on their own, but be safe at the same time, not overcommitting, not overfighting. We need that effect for Design and Rambo to pick up that extra KP. That's what we need.
They're playing Newcastle as well.
True Bronzy.
We might be able to get kills here when they come
I'm breaking the wall now. I'm breaking the wall.
And this is a good job here, too. We see Timmy already prepping to fight this squad for the end game location. Getting shots down the wall. That Newcastle wall probably will get rebuilt. I forget if it does or not. But this is a good job. And then Dojo waits the last second. They do the standard thing of waiting the last second to make sure no one pushes the backside. And now Timmy has to know. Once no one, and Timmy recognizes this, by the way. They all fully recognize this. This is when they're on the same wavelength, same synchronization gameplay. They recognize that no one now can come from this side. We need to fight. This is a isolated 3v3. No one's here now to take this fight from us. Or just even move through a little bit more. So you'll see what happens.
I'm gonna ult there.
And this is one of my favorite Dojo games, man. They play this so well.
They're leaving. We have the spot.
Might have been a solo bout.
Yeah, propaganda, because I think a lot of it you could hear from Timmy's POV. If that makes sense. We'll probably tune in when Designful dies in some situations, but yeah.
Look at the one! Just stay. I need energy.
Yeah, Newcastle jumped off.
They're doing a great job, though.
Jump down to the right.
Yep. We're good here. I'm getting him all back.
They're also playing it slow. Like they recognize this is also what I like from Dojo here in this situation. They're recognizing that the other team's gonna get shot in the back, and they could have some outside influence potentially help them in this fight. Like they're not gonna get shot at. The other team will basically the whole time.
Somebody can break it.
Which I'm happy they didn't fully commit to this.
Crack bang, they blues.
Close right, I think maybe.
Okay, sounds good. Got you, Bronzy.
I have catwall.
We're gonna keep watching this end game, bro. Just dissect it as it goes on.
No, they're gonna get fucking walked on.
Yo, Rips 3 months, dude.
Yeah.
That's fair, Bronzy.
I'm gonna ult in front.
I know.
I won't on y'all too hard.
How many cells do you guys have?
I'm just a wee washed gamer.
Here.
I dropped you one too.
Okay. I'm gonna keep focusing left.
Yeah.
Or if you guys can focus left, I'll just keep shooting them.
I don't have energy.
Path.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep them then.
I don't know where this energy.
We'll keep locked it in. We're gonna fast forward a little bit longer because I forgot how long this end game is. Oh wait, let me go that far.
Watch
Yeah.
out.
Greek took my keyboard with my arrow
I'm not
keys.
wasting ammo. I'm not wasting ammo.
See, right? Don't have to do much. They don't overcommit. They just let the win come to them. And that's sometimes all you need to do.
Looking down, looking down, looking down, looking down, looking down, looking down, looking down.
I think we are catwalk
Come
behind.
here.
Free low. Literally free low for Dojo. But this is where the free win comes in, dude.
Bang one, bang one.
That's literally it.
I see him.
And this doesn't happen from their round 6 fights. It doesn't happen from the mechanics. It stems from their round 5 and how clean they played it. The zone is ass, but that's a great win, dude. And that happens from them playing out, allowing for Designful and Rambo to overextend to make sure that no one else is coming from behind them. And then it allows for them to take the one side of the zone that no one can come through, creep up, and go from there. And I love that win. That doesn't happen from round 6. That win is stem from round 5, which is so dope. And that's what I want from Dojo more. I just want them to communicate things earlier before round 6 starts. I want game plans to be formulated earlier. You could tell from the beginning of that round 4 when they were posted up in the backside of this spot, Timmy knew what he wanted to do. Obviously, you can't do that every single time. And as some end games are just going to be on the whim calls out of nowhere. Go left, go right, go here, ult here. It's like, you know, it's tough. It's a tough situation for sure.
Yeah, good shot.
No, I definitely think we take this spot. Everything.
I think the rock was.
Yeah, what up, Faye?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You can use J and L? Oh, thanks, bro. Faye, you're the GOAT. I didn't even know that. You're the man. I don't watch VODs often, obviously. Or I do. I just don't watch it without this keyboard. All right, then we go to round 6. I'm going to be honest, bro. This to me is just a circle. So, or game 6. This game was pretty tough. I don't really know if this is really on Dojo that much. I wasn't a huge fan of this zone in general. I think Dojo did a good job calling the zone. I personally thought it was going to go to house. Timmy did a good job also calling the house as well. And then it just pulls over to the water. I'm going to be real. What the were these back-to-back zones, bro? Evac was abysmal, but
We're going to need an instant
what the was this, dude? Yeah, this Evac was definitely a fresh can of tough beats. We'll see.
Oh, fuck.
It's too much damage. Too much damage. We're gonna just walk forward and catwalk.
We're taking it.
We didn't come with
We
you.
can find right here. We go right here on
We
me.
didn't come with you. We did not come with you. We did not come
Yeah, I know. On me is good. On me is good.
On me. There's a full team.
Oh, we should.
Now, I'm going to be real. I'm not really sure as to why they don't take the evac. That Timmy was nowhere near death. I don't know how. I need to see how far they were from the evac. Because I think the evac call was right, 100%. But the evac's not the evac's not the problem here. I feel like.
Get this.
Oh, fuck.
It's too much damage.
Like, look how they said. Like, Design was already calling too much damage, and Timmy takes literally
We're taking.
40 damage, not even. There's just no reason for Designful to doubt that counter call from Tim, like doubt that play from Timmy to get the counter call. Like, I just don't see it. Designful has to know that walk-in is just death. Like, that's just death, bro. There's no way you're making that walk-in happen. There's just not a chance. There's not a world. Timmy's play is the only play to be made to make it to the end game. Literally. There's no way you're walking from here to get into over here with 38 squads going this way. There's just no shot. I think Timmy was 100% right. And I think the only thing Timmy could have done better was place the evac tower a little bit earlier. And that, again, stems from them not formulating a plan early enough for the late game. That's it. That's again, the main issue. There's no plan. They don't say anything. And he's probably 4 to 5 seconds too late on that evac.
We're taking it.
It's tough, dude. Grizzly, it's 10 months, dude.
We go right here on me.
We did not come with you.
I know.
And they get slammed.
On me. There's a full team.
There's just a lot of back and forth, and I think Timmy did a pretty good job. I also want to go back and see how early he says the evac. Let's see.
You see if you can place it.
He says they zip first.
Don't place it. But just see if you can look for a zip.
Kinda like right here.
See how long he plays against it. Let's see.
No, it's fine. Just land on me. You need an insta count. You're gonna need. Yep.
I don't know.
Better keep your spikes.
My team's like walked up.
Good morgue.
Yep. Come to me.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get.
I mean, they're right here. They're like literally Designful's right here where they can take it.
It's too much damage.
I'm gonna be real, bro. They 100% gonna take that shit without a doubt. They 100% could take that. No questions asked. So yeah, it's a tough loss for Dojo. It's also a really zone. That's really their week 1 in wraps, bro. Their week 1 wasn't even bad. It was 40 points. throughout 1 week, 6 games, wasn't great, wasn't solid, and that there's not much to VOD review. Now, we'll move over to week 2, where they scored 11 points. Now, it's going to be really easy here to just dissect everything that went wrong. I'm not just going to say, like, yo, they played this like they played this like I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to give a little bit more. I kind of want to give a little more insight because I do think there are some plays that could have been made to actually maybe make this not a top 5 week, but maybe like even a top 10. Because 11 points through 6 games, like we said, is just a bad week. This is like collectively not only a one-person issue, this is a team issue when you're getting 11 points.
Can we get ready here?
Not a code red for Dojo. It's not really that big of a deal. They still made finals. I would say it's more of a code red for teams that are 2 weeks in and didn't make finals like T-Law. It's not code red, but it's like because it's BLGS, it's not ALGS related and there's no lands, but it's like really? We're not making that an open bracket? We're not making it to finals? That's what a code red is. This is more of like what can we do better in these harder lobbies? Now, again, I think Designful, I think Genburten will really help out in these situations a lot. That's no shade to Rambo. I just think then Genburten's kind of like the glue. We still have a game 1. I believe in this situation, Dojo took like a pretty early fight here on the edge, and then Designful got caught. Oh no, this is not an early fight. This is where this was the one that really made me mad. Not mad, but it just felt like these guys were in kind of like I don't even know, just La La Land. Like they're just drifting. They're drifting back and forth. They don't know what to do. And they're trying to hold so much space. And they see this team behind. And now they're getting shot left side. This is just such a bad spot to put yourself in a round 2. Genuinely it is. There's just nowhere to play here in a round 2 situation. And I think that's just kind of, I don't know if that's map knowledge differential. I'm not really sure. But that is a horrible spot to be in round 2. And that's just easy to dictate because look how big that choke point is, bro. And there's the only way to get through to the potential end game here, man. Like squads are going to push through this and try to pressure, maybe move in and then try to clear their edge. Like squads want to clear their backside right now and Dojo was on the edge here. They already knew that team was on the left side, by the way. They were getting shot on the left side. And this was a tough one to watch, I can't lie. This is tough. They just keep bouncing back and forth until they die, basically. And I think that's just also just moving without purpose again. It's evident they could have went into zone a little bit faster, and they just chose not to. I'm not really seeing the benefits as to what that edge gameplay would have got them. And there you go.
Ambush from every side. That's just unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but there was it just looked like no rotational plan. Like, that's what it felt like again. Another Dojo, no rotational game plan here in the early game. That's what it feels like a lot of the time. It's tough. And in those situations when you are getting pinched like that, Timmy can do all he wants, but there's not really much you can do. You're getting pinched from the backside, you're getting pinched from the front. You're not going to survive that no matter what. We go to game 2, and again, they didn't really have a good game, so we're going to try to analyze what we see here too. And we'll go from there. Yeah, it's tough, dude. There's a lot of things you can like point fingers at. It's a rough week, so there's a lot of things that do go wrong, but that's just classic. That's just classic Apex, bro. What could go wrong sometimes will go wrong in Apex Legends. And I actually didn't get to watch this last week, so let's watch this together and see what happens. Let's watch this all. I didn't get to see this Dojo POV. I only saw the Furia one chasing them, I think it was. We're gonna watch this together for the first time.
They're running. Grab the EVAR.
Oh, this is where they're chasing Furia, right? I believe.
I'm taking the point.
Okay, I'm with you.
We're gonna kill this team 100%.
I think they're chasing Furia as a duo.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Is that the Furia or somebody else?
Chasing.
I'm
chasing Catalyst.
Okay, you're by yourself.
It's kind of a crazy play. Like, look how far Timmy is out of the squad.
They're all both over here.
I believe Madness was dead in this situation.
Right here, one's stuffing you, Timmy. One's stuffing you.
And there's a pretty crazy fight here for Timmy to take 100%. And just Furia, just for Dojo to take in general.
Come to me, on the cross.
They do get pinched, yeah. They do. They did get a rare inspect, that's all that.
Well, only one of them took it. I don't know where the other one's at.
He should be underneath me.
All right, some bees in 22 months, dude. Love you, buddy. Big kisses.
Underneath me. Can we go together?
I'm about to send this guy in the cannon.
Hey, play together.
It does come back.
I did not watch this from their POV. This is low-key crazy.
This cat guy.
I didn't realize how horny they were for Furia in this situation.
them, so if you stun
They
them,
were very horny to kill off Furia here. Holy shit.
flying right here. Team flying right here.
Let's just leave. Let's just leave. Let's just
Then
leave.
how'd they die again? They get sandwiched, yeah?
I mean, this isn't too close.
Oh, then they, yeah, okay. Then they did a little rat, and they go for the mythic bin. Okay, I remember this, bro. They play for the mythic bin. So, I want to point out here. I don't know. I'm curious to see your guys' POV on this, or your guys' like viewpoint. So they do all that, right? They do all that to kill off Furia inside the zone. Okay, they do all of that. You saw Timmy chased. He used abilities. He did everything possible. They did everything they could to kill off the duo Furia. They are now routing here because they see that res come off, and they potentially want to kill Furia on the rotation in and catch them off guard after they just get a res. They did all of that so long in their early game, so much time wasted, and then they go for the mythic bin here instead of waiting a little bit longer. Yo, Burbitalis, the rate of 162, man.
Just walk at them.
Thanks for 14 months, JMO.
I think we just walk at them, and then like we have no one that's gonna come third party us.
Ready?
Backside.
So they do all this.
Yeah, walk up to Missiville. I was gonna go for
They
that.
use the res. They use the res right here. They use the res right here.
They have the calm that the res came out from Furia. What's extra 30 seconds on the rotate compared to what they already wasted? In your guys' situation, I'm curious. I have my own choice. Would you guys immediately rotate to Mythic Bin? Or would you guys stay after wasting so much time pushing Furia to get the kills on the Furia and potentially rat them? What would you guys do? Would you eat zone and take this fight on the Furia? Or would you rotate to Mythic Bin? Yeah, Ember, you could. You stay. You go to Mythic Bin. I don't really know if there's a wrong choice in this situation. I think you could play either one if you wanted. I just personally think with how badly wasting evacs, wasting abilities, wasting maybe like a minute and a half to even 2 minutes on this fight, I would probably say I'm ratting Furia.
Yeah,
I think at this point, bro, there's a minute 30. You could still play before you even eat zone. And you could potentially get the 3 KP and the points that you were so horny for. Mythic is a good play.
Mythic goes better here.
Yeah, okay.
And Timmy says it in his mind. Now, I'm not saying Timmy's wrong at all. I'm not saying Timmy's 100% wrong. I'm not saying that the Mythic Bin's the wrong call. It's just, to me, very interesting. And this, to me, goes to the point of Dojo rotating without purpose yet again. So if we're going to do all that, full commit to Furia, evacs down, abilities down, rotation, why are we just giving up on the Furia then? What was the point of all that in the early game? To maybe catch one of them off guard? Maybe? But that wasn't guaranteed kills on the Furia, and that's kind of my point. Like, we just did all of that to commit to Furia just to change up our game plan in 0.3 seconds because we see a Mythic Bin. So I don't think the Mythic Bin's a bad play. But we see here, they literally die for this too.
Yeah, on the outside on me.
Wait, don't, I'm hiding.
And that's another thing here too, is, brother, we're playing for a Mythic Bin. Mythic Bins right now, dude, are good. You got to expect another team to actually play for it, especially with how many squads are late rotating for some reason on ED. Well, not some reason. It's really easy to get an ED late game because of all the spots in zone that are just flyable. You just get a floor, get first floor, whatever it is. But you got to expect the squad to be here.
They're pushing up towards me.
And they take this fight. And also, I didn't like really the ability usage here on these fights either that they had.
Yeah, I'm batting.
It's a pretty good catwalk from that squad.
Yeah.
It's also a good bang ulti from that squad here too.
Yeah.
Sorry. They already went in. I got stunned.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Wow, where the was that marker at? 1 second.
Sorry. They already went in. I got stunned. Yeah. Can we swing right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Where was that hit? Oh, that's crazy. Unfortunate.
I got stunned.
I got something like that.
They kept backing up.
Yep.
I'm just keeping. I'm gonna put them in a pinch.
Damn. That's actually such an unfortunate hit. I didn't realize that.
You guys can walk up together. You guys.
So they do get the Mythic Bin, obviously, and they give Dojo triple red armor and the Devo. So now, a little hindsight, obviously it's a good play, right? They might have lost on the 3 KP from Furia, sure, whatever it is. But now they give Timmy a Devo, and they give him Dojo triple red armor, which isn't necessarily the right play to be made. It's just, I'm not saying there is no right or wrong in this situation. I'm just saying, if I'm wasting that much time on Furia, I'm probably committing to the rat play. And they already halfway committed to it and then backed up from it. It would have been a little hard to just figure out where Furia was going to rotate into, but still, regardless. And I believe they take a fight here and die. They don't really have a choice in this fight though either. Let's go back.
I'm on roof.
What time?
Right here.
Crack bang, 90.
I don't even remember how they died here. Let's see.
I'm pushing.
I'm dead here. I'm dead here. I'm dead here. I'm dead here. You can play res. You can play for res. You can
Bleed Esports Limited. Rip Mark. My goat.
Wait, I'm hoping that's his bang out there.
God. Wait, Rambo got fried on that cross. He was full HP, no?
I'm on roof. I'm on roof. I'm on roof.
Yep, same.
Right here, this sucker here.
That's a good call. No, you're right. The late rotate onto the mythic bin did force them to fight this, but they did get a Devo out of it. So you would think, hey, we're getting these special weapons and the triple red. These fights should be easier to move on in, which is fine. Rambo just gets annihilated.
You can play res. You can play for res.
Holy.
Yeah.
Was he still on the roof when he died?
Wait, I'm hoping that's his bang out there. Bang out. Come to me. Come to me.
God.
Probably dead.
Hold on.
Yeah. Pushing up. Pushing up. You guys can run too.
The Newcastle died. The Newcastle died. Bang close. No.
I couldn't.
You die, Rim.
Climbed the roof and.
And I mean, that's just with Rambo going down. He went roof side, got a top roof, got absolutely rocked on rotate, didn't stay with the squad, went on roof for shots, and then dropped down and just died. And that's just playing support characters. But again, I feel like that's not even like a bad fight. Like that's a standard fight on E-District. It's like, I'm not saying it's a bad fight to take. It's maybe a harder one in the rotation in because your back's against the zone and teams will have been front. But again, I just feel like in general, again, there's no early game plan. Like there's just none. That's just it's just a waste of time in the beginning of the game to put yourself in a sporadic call to get a mythic bin, to then to take a fight randomly that you didn't even probably want to take in the first place. And that to me is just, again, a Dojo situation. And I'm going to keep on saying it. That to me is a Dojo special. We saw this many times with Mac and Alberelli's IGLing, and that's just how it goes. I just don't like the waste of time prior to zone rotates and the waste of time. If you watch IGLs like Dropped, you watch IGLs like, or just teams like Bleed, teams like Sweet, maybe not Bleed last week, but it's a bad week, it happens. Teams like Zach Mazer and E8, purpose, always with movement, always with purpose doing things, especially LG. And that's just, again, what I feel like is a Dojo situation where they just die because they're just having drifting and doing nothing. I don't remember this Olympus game. I believe after game number 2, we were focusing on other squads that were doing really good.
I'm batting. I'm loading.
Oh, this is, is this the fight that,
I'm batting.
Yeah.
They want me up. They want me up.
I hate this map though.
I'm coming to you, Ram.
You might have to just miss Olympus. I hate this map.
Hello. Wait, what if we can't? Right side. Turn around. No, behind you. No. Nice.
Coming up.
45 on bang.
I'm ready.
I'm one though.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna come to you. You can play knockdown if you need to, or res.
Yeah. He's rezzing now.
I'm healing.
He's rezzing right now.
Yep.
Oh, I remember this fight. I do remember this.
I'm phoenixing.
Nades.
Yep. Nope. New team. Gotta go.
It was a third party. I remember this.
Gotta go.
All right, and then Timmy reses, right? And they res his on the outside. I can't lie. I think Timmy did a phenomenal job resetting this, by the way. This is not an easy reset. I think Timmy killed it. That's without a doubt one of the most one of the best things about having Timmy as a player is that he's just so elusive. I remember they res him over in this beacon, and I believe Timmy dies in the second res. They die again, and then Timmy reses on a mobile beacon up top on Hammer, and they die again.
Just be careful.
But again, it's another fight that they take inside terminal. It's not a bad fight. This game is just inherently just a bad map. Bad map diff. This map.
We can wrap up to this side.
But the reset here was good overall.
I need to go for.
Probably champ
So they move up. They get Designful in the res, which is a phenomenal job by Timmy. Great use of bank smoke. Designful gets back up, and I believe Designful dies yet again on rotation in.
Can we play this? We can play that actually. Oh no, we can't.
They're wrapping us.
They're playing that spot.
Where is this?
I think we can. They're looking at us.
Where is he going?
I want it.
Pass crack.
Where is bro going?
I don't think we can. Can we play this? We can play that actually. Oh no, we can't.
They're wrapping us.
He can just walk inside. Oh, I didn't see this, bro. I don't know. Yeah, it's only zone 2. Yeah, I didn't see this. No, this is just a Designful play for sure. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's doing. I'm a little lost as to what the point of this was.
They're playing
I love Design so much, bro. He's so funny. All right, so there we go. Designful just dying there as troll. Because look how long they're inside this house for the reset. That's also maybe just a Timmy needs to calm. Like, yo, we could play here and go from there. I don't think I heard Timmy say that once inside that house. Maybe he did. I didn't listen, but it would just maybe help out Designful in those situations and panic.
Cross. You need to keep going right. Keep going right.
Yep.
I think Rambo dies here too. I think Timmy gets banner. Okay, this is also an unbelievable fight from Timmy, dude. Unbelievable fight. I know we're only watching Timmy's POVs, so we're seeing the Timmy positives here. There's probably some net positives for Designful and Rambo too.
Dead.
But yeah, man.
That's all you. Nice one, last one. I have a knock on. Come to you with knock.
Timmy played this so well. Also, good comms by Ram. That's just gorgeous, bro.
I have a knock on for you.
That's just TimTim diff.
Teams inside were fighting.
Come back.
For sure.
Died.
Oh, that's my bad.
Teams inside are fighting.
I think Timmy gets on top ham and they just die again. He gets air fragged. Does get the res off. And then Designful. Rambo's going to be a rat. He tries to rat it out. And I don't really think that's I don't think it's a bad game. I just think that's really just like, it's just a tough situation. Rambo and them obviously got picked off in terminal. Then again, I think Designful a little bit too quick. But that's also like something else. The chaoticness kind of just immediately, the chaoticness of their comms kind of just acts for them to act like to move a little bit more sporadically. And they kind of just make decisions based off like the instant comms and the quick communication. And sometimes it allows for you to play too fast and never really slow down and understand the moment that you're in. And I think that's maybe also just something that could happen in those situations, like Designful not really listening, or like not understanding where to go and is in full panic mode trying to get to the beacon because he can't really take in where the they need to go with clear-cut comms. So I would also like for that to be a little bit more of Dojo's working point. Eventually just be a little bit less chaotic
30.
and a little bit more
Yeah.
surgical with the comms, exactly what they need. Yeah, boy, Rambo farming,
Was
dude.
it goal?
65 damage, 2 kills is crazy work.
Over here.
Flash on Maggie.
All right, and then for game number 4, Designful, I believe, died early here too. I forgot what happened here. I didn't get to watch. Designful dies early.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see what happened. These were gross shots by Timmy. Look at this. I remember this shots. So gross.
The team top. There's aging now. Top. Up here now. Watch out, Timmy. Watch your.
Timothy. Gross ass shot. Literally gross ass shot.
Hit him.
Oh my god.
I'm too bad.
Sheesh. That's just TimTim.
They're rocking up. They might have control of Dorito
They're
already.
fucking on the rock.
Yeah, I'm bangle thing. We should definitely fight this.
All right, this is where Designful took the top rock, I believe, and died. He did. And that's not on really Designful at all, bro. That's just super unfortunate. And I think Designful needed that calm a little bit earlier that the team was taking height. Designful's already cracked, and he's already getting almost knocked, and then he gets the calm that he's getting zipped on the hot top side. It's a really good angle for Design to take in this fight. It's what a Pathfinder should be doing. It's very proactive. It's actually the good call. And Designful actually made the right decision there to take that height and fight downward on top of his
I'm jumping down.
the team they were fighting. It's just unfortunate he got the calm a little bit too late and died while trying to get off the rock. I think they played this out as a duo, I believe. For the rest of the game, they do.
We should probably go.
Let's see.
Alright, we gotta definitely gotta leave. We could just go maybe try to see if we can wrap. Then we have to fight.
Oh yeah, and then also on top of that, bro, they just get ran as a duo. The squad whoever the squad was did a really good job of recognizing Dojo was a duo in the situation, to be honest. And they somehow make it in a countdown. They split up.
Oh, okay.
And even that's another thing too, bro. Even in like these really intense moments,
We should split.
there's not much cohesion at all.
I'll go back to.
I forget who dies here in this situation.
Just don't.
I think they meet up, right? They do. Yeah, okay, they meet up.
Yeah, red.
It's just, this is just a common trend though, bro. This is what, 4 games in a row now where someone's just dying, or someone's getting picked off, or they're not rotating together, or they're not fighting together. There's just always something that's happening in Dojo's games where there's just not one cohesive unit moving together and making calls. Now, I don't really know if that's like a team vibe situation. I don't really know if that's like a Designful maybe not respecting Timmy IGL situation. I'm not going to speak on like the psychology or the back end of stuff because I'm not there. But they definitely have a massive cohesion issue and a massive chemistry problem when they're just like being very sloppy in these fights, for sure.
Are you shooting at third?
Yes. So that's another thing too, is with Rambo, it's going to be an interesting situation to see when Genburten comes in. A lot of these problems can just be washed away when Genburten does come into play. Hopefully he gets his visa before week 3 of BLGS. But the cohesion problem is definitely a serious one for Dojo, where they just are pretty much inherently split almost every single fight they're taking when they're playing bad. We watch a game 6 of Dojo, it's like not even the same team. Like we watched that game 6 of the semifinals, big dog. They're locked. Like they are dialed. And this is another really good job of this squad, recognizing the duo. Pretty key 13 months. They recognize the duo. They push on in, and they just take them out, which is a completely different team. We'll probably watch that game 6 just to go back and experience it here too. Hey, pretty kitty. Yeah, it's just tough. But again, another early game where Dojo's late game is highly affected from their miscoms or potentially just not listening to each other's IGLing or whatever it may be. No cohesion. Again, it just always feels like someone is picked off or they're never a full 3-man going into an actual round 5 or round 6. It always feels like they're either a duo or a solo when they're playing bad on these terms. It's tough. All right. And then we go over to Storm Point, which I think is Dojo's best map personally. They're super solid on Storm Point. Storm Point, this map allows them to take a lot of 3v3s. This was, I think, one of their better games until they lost this 3v3 in the middle of Echo HQ. But they did a really good job zone calling. Timmy had a great call on the zone. Good job also just holding certain spots at Echo. He did a really good job here too. Getting shots down from all sides of Echo HQ to maybe open up their rotates. We'll just tune in and watch what Dojo does here.
We're hard chilling.
That cannon team's gonna swing our left as well.
Holy assault bin. Dude, assault bins are so crazy.
They're skinny beacon.
Can't see that. My ankle. Yeah, where? No.
Oh, I didn't realize Complexity died in this one that early. I forgot they did. They did a really good job here too. And this is actually something where I think, funny enough, I think right here you're going to hear, it's Designful and Timmy kind of going back at it a little bit and Designful not listening to what Timmy wants to do. But I think what Designful is doing is a really good play. I just think Timmy has this like slight thing in the back of his head that one of them is going to get picked off, right? Because it happens so consistently that like one member of the dojo's dead going into an end game where they're not fighting a 3v3 fair. And you can kind of hear it in Timmy's comms here because what Designful is doing is actually pretty good. I like the pressure. He's making sure they can't swing out outside and even leave. They're being forced to go towards this front side of Echo. Like this is a good call. You'll hear what Designful's do. See?
Play together. We don't need to be on both sides. Come here. They ran out.
Keon, I'm actually playing day 1 of the new rank split, dude.
No. Play together.
I'm down to play next split, man. Put me in sometimes.
Come to my side.
I'm down. I'm playing day 1 with a prize.
Our side's really good.
I would say you should play with us, but I think you want to win. See, listen to the comms, bro.
Play together. We don't need to be on both sides. We don't need to be on both sides.
In this situation, Designful just has to come. Whether he agree, I think Designful's play is correct. And I think Timmy's just a little bit nervous that Designful's going to get knocked or one of them's going to be a 2-man. I like genuinely. But I think what Designful's doing right. But you can hear this. Designful, regardless whether he thinks Timmy's wrong, just needs to come. That sounds crazy. He needs to rotate to Timmy. Let's say that instead. He needs to get over to where his IGL is saying, whether he agrees or disagrees.
Yeah. Our side's really good. Just come to my side, please.
Okay, I'm fine here.
You can. Designful's fighting that Timmy IGL call, bro. Like it's venom taking over his body.
They ran out. They killed one and ran out.
We just all we have to do, Ram, is hold our side here. We're gonna most likely fight.
Okay?
Yeah, we're mostly gonna fight them here. They're peeking.
But like I said, look at the pressure that Designful's applying on the inside there, bro. He's doing a good job.
I need to chill.
Like Designful forced this team now with the off angle to be in the front side here of Echo HQ. Echo HQ. It's really good.
They push you.
I'm good. I will not die. I promise. I have a nasty headache. I will just grapple back.
See, there we go though. That's good though. Like we might think of these comms as a little bit confrontational and like a little bit like a little silly, but like Designful giving that reassurance that he can just do that is some sort of a game plan, and that is beneficial to your IGL. Like that is like actually like very beneficial. Saying, hey, dude, I'm good over here. I can just grab it back is reassurance to TimTim that you're going to be fine and you do have a game plan just in case you do get swung. It allows for Timmy to actually focus on other things and allows for you to be your own individual player in that moment.
Underspot?
Yeah.
Breezy, you need to chill a little bit, big dog.
I mean, we have to
it ain't that serious, man.
We can shot on our back here by the same. That's not all blow.
They're going under. Triple red under. They might
I don't think chat thinks they're better than Designful. I don't think it's hard to tell that Designful just gets picked out a lot. It's just an obvious thing.
We cannot peek.
And that's just rust. And also just playing Pathfinder.
We legitimately.
I'm watching them. They're good. They're swinging out left now.
Yeah, get ready to catwalk and cut them off here. They're gonna get shot in their back.
All right, Breezy, we're gonna time you out, big dog. That's.
I'm waiting. I'm stalling. Play in here.
I don't think the quadratic equation has anything to do with it. This is insane.
I'm throwing my bangle now.
Now this is also good here too, man. I like the cat wall to split off the squad, rotating out from the front side or the middle. This is a good cat wall. That's also a great Bangalore ulti. I actually didn't get to watch this fight, so I'm curious how they lose it, because I also like their ability usage here in this round 4 closing. It might have been a little bit earlier because they rotated back inside Echo, but I didn't mind what they did. They forced the squad to go back in and not come out. It also allows them to stay on this right side of the wall for a little bit.
At the bat. They might peek.
But this is where I don't like this.
They jumped up here.
Oh, and now this might be a Newcastle diff, big dog. I'm gonna keep it real. That might just be an outplay diff.
What's your bat?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that's Vaxxon and Furia that took him down. That just might be a Vaxxon differential there. That off angle is crazy. It was. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I actually really like how they played that. The ability usage was good. Maybe with Catwall and Bang ulti a little bit too early. But in that situation, maybe they can't really do much. And that to me is just literally right there. Just genuinely just a Newcastle differential. Like, that's also just potentially arguably the number 1 Newcastle in the world getting against teammates an off angle. And also the downside of not having a Newcastle yourself. That's a crazy angle. But maybe in this situation, I don't really know if you could predict someone landing silos. That was kind of not where I thought the fight was going to go, so I doubt they could predict that during the actual game. But maybe during these moments of, having the Bang ulti down and having the cat wall down, maybe we use this to be a little bit more aggressive and take angles onto Furia instead of sitting back. It's some pretty hindsight, though. It's the only critique I could actually give this play. That's just genuinely an outplay from Furia. And I actually loved how Timmy and Designful and Rambo played this whole late game. Or this whole game in general. I think they did a really good job. Yeah, and also, bro, energize zipline over your Mata as the Newcastle's just peppering shots down. That's just Furia diff. That was insane. That's a hell of a play, and just not much you can do in that situation. GG's. That's tough. Jesus. Dude, I did not realize how grotesque that play was. My God. And then Vaxxon comes in here, bro, and just scoops up Keon's big ass, man. That was gorgeous. That was really nice. I didn't realize. All right. And then we go to game 6. So they played pretty poorly, obviously, throughout all these games. I believe they only had 1 top 10 on the night. And I'm going to say again, I just feel like it's just a early game macro and micro diff. They got 7th best placement, which is tough. And if you look at the leaderboard, man, or scoreboard, we're talking about 6 kills through 6 games for Dojo. Very uncharacteristic week for sure. Bronzy, are you still in here? Yo, Bronzy, you still in here? You said that you had a talk. I don't think Bronzy's in here anymore. Pretty sure he left. I saw that he said he had a talk about Newcastle and what they wanted to do. I was just curious as to what the talk about Newcastle was. Was it talk that they needed Newcastle? Was it talk they didn't want to? They don't want to play Newcastle yet again? Curious what that means.
Up here.
I did hear that. Yes, sir, Johnny.
Uh,
All right, and this late game was also pretty tough here for Dojo.
Yeah. He's over here.
So they obviously hit the zone.
No, it's okay. Purple. That's probably.
They hit the scan. Obviously recognizing where the players are. All that good zone knowledge here as well. So you get zone knowledge and the player scan. And off this zone, bro, you can't really tell where it's going. It's not an easy one, for sure.
It's just a duo.
Cyborg Frank is 5 months. And then the VOD team talked about going back to Newcastle. I want to hear that. I'm actually really curious.
I think we just come down and then we'll just do Cuddy Bridge. I'm going to go back. Let's go back to Spider Cave.
And also, again, dude, this is a good play here too. Recognizing to borrow zone, going back to where you're playing from, dude, and just going back towards Cenote Cave is totally cool. The Spider Cave is also a really good spot because sometimes zones do pull back towards this bridge side, or zones pull a little bit more on this left side near like Nutsack or front barometer, which is a good spot to be in. So this is also a good early rotate here from Dojo. Seriously. I like this. It's not bad at all. I didn't get to see really too much of this end game though because we were watching other squads. I saw them die at the end. All right, and now it's round 3 closing. I can't see because Timmy's cam. Round 3 closing. And they're pretty early as the rotation in to Bridge. Bridge without a Newcastle. This would have been a lot better if they did have NC, to be completely real. But no Newcastle holding the Bridge side is a tough thing. And then on top of that, bro, they're getting Kraber from Sweet Dreams, which Not much you can do in that situation. I think it was Sweet or somebody. I forget who it was. They get Kramer 2 times, I think.
They don't know.
But I think this is all a lot of a Newcastle diff here, too, in these situations. I would say their week 2 was... Yeah, I mean, this is just chalked. I think that's just Newcastle diff, maybe. Look at this. But then also, listen to this right now. There's no talk about what should happen. There's not a single comm really being given. Like, I know this is game 6, and morally, you're probably a little defeated. Mentally, you're probably a little out of it. You didn't have a good week. You have like 7 points going into this game, maybe even less, or even a little bit more. But not a single word's really being said. Just res. Listen.
On me.
This side's looking too.
Then the knockdown. 6-1.
New team, Newcastle.
I can't.
Just dead. I got Krabered again.
You play top bridge. Behind the car. Top bridge behind the car.
Not much to say.
Yeah,
They all died.
No, there's another team though. There's another Newcastle team.
No, they're going here.
Yeah, you can raise down here. You can raise down here.
Come below. There's a wall too.
You can legitimately rest right here.
I'm getting pushed.
It's one guy. It's good. Play high.
Getting pushed this way is crazy, too, by the way. I mean... That right there, to me, Newcastle differential, for sure. I think that was good calling by Timmy. I think it's a good job taking the Spider Cave. I think it's a good job taking that left side bridge. I don't think it's a bad play. It's only bad because we do not have the N of the C, Newcastle, baby. It's truly just that simple. Right there, also, you get Kraber, not much to do. So, for week 1 and 2, I would say for Dojo, it's overall not too bad. They played really good throughout every other week other than just the finals, or every other round other than just the finals. But in these situations, brother, I really do feel like a lot of the time, it just comes down to genuinely micro and macro rotation. I want to see what Timmy says about Newcastle. One sec. Let's watch this at the end of the VOD. Apparently, they talked about playing Newcastle. I mean, all right, in this team, okay, let's say Rambo is gone for week 3 of BLGS. Who plays Newcastle here? What are we thinking in this situation? Is it Timmy? Is it Designful? Is it Genburten? Now, starting on Monday, the game's going to be inherently so different, potentially. That's what people are saying. The game might be a little different. We're having, apparently, according to leaks, huge systematic changes in Apex. Timmy, definitely. I think if Newcastle is still meta, I think it has to be Timmy. Only issue I see here, though, bro, is Zach Mazer does a pretty good job of it. I think Timmy should VOD review Zach Mazer. IGLing on Newcastle is not easy. Not only do you have to worry about your team's micro and their macro and then your rotations, you got to worry about probably the most important and integral part of your gameplay, which is Newcastle wall and mobile shield. I genuinely think that is one of the toughest things to do just as a Newcastle gamer. Now you add over, on top of that, the IGLing aspect. Not many players can do that. We have Zach Mazer, we have Monsoon, 2 IGLs that play Newcastle and do it very, very well. That's going to be something that I think Dropped also does play Newcastle a good amount too. It's tough. It's not easy, but I think Timmy could 100% do it. He's mechanically gifted enough to play Newcastle at the same time. That's one of the biggest things when it comes to playing NC is being mechanically skilled enough to actually handle all the abilities that you need to, reses, stick, mobile shields, blah, blah. I think for team comp, if this meta stays the same, which it might not, I think a really good Dojo comp, and I really, really, really would love to see them players. I just think Bang, Cat, Newcastle, bro. Like, genuinely. I think Bang, Cat, Newcastle for Dojo could be so good. I think you put Designful on Bang. I think you put Jen on Cat, and then you put Timmy on Newcastle. I think if you want to get a little bit freaky here, I don't think you put Designful on Pathfinder personally. Are any of you guys a fan of Designful Pathfinder? I'm not really a huge fan of it. I would rather see Designful get better at Bang than get better at Newcastle or at Pathfinder personally. But I really don't like him on the Pathfinder. I feel like 1, he gets picked out a lot. 2, he takes too much damage in fights because that character is just wider by nature. And I don't think that allows for Designful to get the angles that he needs to actually be the top tier player he is. I know that Designful doesn't like Bang, but I would like to see him at least try it because I don't think Pathfinder is really that good for this squad overall. I also think a character that would help Designful stay closer to the squad would be overall better for them too, to make sure that Designful has to stick near his teammates without drifting off and getting picked. I think that would be good, but also we need a character that allows for him to get angles when needed and also safety nets, and I feel like Bangalore is that perfect combination. You know, you can't drift off too far. If you do, you have a you have a smoke to go back to your squad. But at the same time, if you do want to get those off angles with your sniper or whatever it may be, you should be able to rock that as well on Bangalore. So I would love to see the Bangalore, Newcastle, and Cat comp come out. I also think the Furia OG comp here in this meta too would be good. I don't know who would play these characters exactly, but I think a Valk, Newcastle, and Catalyst would be phenomenal. One of Dojo's main issues is getting into zone and having a very wonky and early, very bad wonky early rotates, which hinders them from making to the late game. I do think that having that Valk ulti to help them towards the late game to actually get into zone, because Timmy is just a more aggressive IGL. He's just a more aggressive player in general. So I feel like a lot of their game plans early is just fight, fight, fight. Don't really have purpose, just farm Evo caches, look for mythic bins. Having that Valk ulti to get them into the late game and avoid all the edge fights that they are forced to take, especially in these finals lobbies that were really good last week, would just really help them avoid all the that they go through as a team, whether it be communication issues or team comp issues. I think that Valk ulti would really be the saving grace for Dojo. I just don't know who you're putting on Valk. I really don't. Designful, did Designful play Valk for a little bit? I don't even remember, to be honest. I feel like it was eons ago I watched Valk in meta. I don't think Wraith's good. I think Designful's a good Wraith. I just don't think Wraith's good at all still. I'm just not really. He's playing last split. I think popping Designful on Valk would be really good. I think it would also help Timmy IGL towards his late games and actually keep Dojo alive before round 4 closes. Just because, again, they have like a very drifty early game where they don't really move with purpose. And at least if you're going to keep playing like that, that's fine. Because obviously sometimes for Dojo, catching teams off guard and those 3v3s and catching fire is very important for Dojo's game plan. But in those games where they can't catch that team off guard or they can't pick up that early KP or snowball till their late game, I think that is a huge crutch for them to actually be able to play into that late game instead of just dying early, getting sandwiched, and having nowhere to go. So I would like that. I would like to see maybe Designful on Valk. But also, again, it's a team game. Rambo was also a sub. It's not an easy thing to do, is step into Dojo's shoes as a sub. Very big squad, a lot of viewers, a lot of pressure. But seriously, I'm very curious as to how Dojo will advance moving forward with their team comps overall. And I think inherently they are still Dojo, and I think Genburten will help them out a ton. But like I said, I didn't like how they played a lot of their games last week. I'm not a pro myself right now, but I feel like I know a lot of Apex in order to actually give valid criticism sometimes. And I feel like problem number one with Dojo, without a doubt, is just early game drifting. No purpose to their movement, no purpose to their rotations. Teams like Falcons, whether they played bad last week or not, whatever, they always move with a purpose. Zero always has a game plan, unless it's scrims, who gives a fuck? But they're always moving to do something deviously with a plan. I want to see Dojo take that approach, because a lot of their games that we watch, their late games are great, and it's a lot of mechanics riding on their late games, but they're setting stuff up early for greatness in the late. In their really, really bad weeks, they have no early game plan, setting themselves up for greatness in the late game, and it's a lot of drifting. And that was one of my main criticisms of Alberlelli when he was IGLing for a while. I forgot on which team, but that was a main concern of mine. It was like, dude, what are we doing in Skyhook when the zone's ending over in Lava Siphon? Like, why are we over here? Like, what are we getting out of this? Are we just avoiding fights for the first 20 minutes? Like, I don't understand. Are we just looking to catch someone off guard? It was just ugly. It wasn't great. And that was like one of my main criticisms. And I feel like Dojo has been experiencing that a little bit ever since they got back together with Designful and Timmy. So I'd like to see them get a little bit more cleaned up, a little bit more refined, and go from there. Obviously, all these opinions are my own, and no one has to agree with me, which is totally cool. That's fine. I don't mind at all. Alexa, this is 6 months, but I did want to give my opinions on the Dojo. And this is no shade to Designful, Timmy, or Jen. I love these guys. It's just fun to dissect gameplay and go from there. It's really easy also, from my perspective, to just be here and just pick out what was wrong. I'm not perfect, and that's just how it goes. But now we're going to tune into a little bit of a happier vibe, I guess. How was that first VOD review? Was it good? Was that all right, chat? That was my first one I ever really done fully. Was that okay? Was that all right? I don't really know. I don't really know how to do those things, so I hope you enjoyed it a little bit.